Welcome to the very first episode of our journey together. Today, we begin by asking a deceptively simple question. What does it truly mean to be well? When we speak of well-being, we often think of health, happiness, or success. But well-being is much more than that. From a scientific perspective, being well is not just the absence of illness. It is an optimal state of balance, physically, mentally, emotionally, and even spiritually, where our systems work in harmony, allowing us to thrive, not just survive. As a scientist, I've spent years studying how chemical compounds, biological processes, and cellular mechanisms interact with our bodies. Yet, what strikes me most is that our natural state is designed for well-being. Our cells are programmed for renewal, our minds for learning, and our hearts for connection. When we nurture this natural state, we access not only better health, but also a deeper sense of purpose. Well-being is not a fixed point we arrive at. It is a dynamic state we can return to again and again. Of course, life brings stress, imbalance, and challenges. But the more we practice and cultivate balance, the easier it becomes to return to that optimal state. And why does this matter? Because when we are well, truly well, we create space to explore life's bigger questions. Who am I? What do I value? What am I here to contribute? Well-being is the foundation that allows us to step into our full potential and to experience life more fully. So in this episode, we'll explore well-being not as a luxury, but as a natural right and an essential practice. Together, we will unpack the science and wisdom that support this journey, and I'll share insights you can use to reconnect with your own state of well-being so that you can live with more clarity, vitality, and meaning. Let's begin. To be well is to return to a natural state that our bodies, minds, and spirits are constantly seeking. Science shows us that balance is embedded in life itself. Our cells communicate to maintain homeostasis. Our nervous system adapts to preserve equilibrium, and our minds strive to integrate experience and meaning. When these systems are aligned, we enter a state of well-being that feels both grounded and expansive. But being well does not mean being perfect. It is not about avoiding challenges, pain, or uncertainty. Instead, it is about how we navigate them. Well-being is resilience, the capacity to move through imbalance and come back to center. It is presence, the ability to experience the moment fully, with awareness rather than distraction. And it is connection, feeling rooted within ourselves while also being open to others and to life itself. From my scientific background, I see well-being as both measurable and immeasurable. We can measure physiological markers of health, such as reduced inflammation, improved sleep, or balanced hormone levels. Yet there are also dimensions of well-being that resist quantification. The sense of calm that comes when you breathe deeply, the joy that rises in shared laughter, the inspiration that awakens when you feel aligned with your purpose. These are just as real, even if they cannot always be placed on a graph. Living in well-being means choosing again and again to return to this natural state. It is about practices that support us, nourishing food, restorative sleep, mindful movement, meaningful relationships, and moments of stillness. It is also about curiosity, asking ourselves what truly makes us feel alive and daring to follow that path. Ultimately, to be well is to live with enough inner stability that we can explore deeper layers of life. When we are anchored in well-being, we are free to look beyond survival and ask profound questions. What gives my life meaning? What unique contribution can I bring to the world? How can I grow, create, and love more fully? This is why well-being matters. It is not just about health, but about unlocking the full spectrum of what it means to be human. It is both a foundation and an invitation, a foundation for vitality and resilience, and an invitation to discover who we truly are. And so, as we begin this journey together, I invite you to hold this truth. Well-being is your natural state. It is always available, always waiting for you to return. The more you nurture it, the more life will open up in ways that are rich, purposeful, and deeply fulfilling.